Hold on to your seats, WNBA fans, because what you're about to hear will set the league on fire. The Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark, and head coach Stephanie White are at the center of a storm. Forget preseason jitters, this is a full-blown verbal showdown. ESPN's Holly Rowe, known for her sunny disposition, just dropped a bombshell that will make you question everything you thought about the Fever's 2026 game plan. Did she just brutally attack Stephanie White on air, or was it a masterful, indirect counterpunch to the loudest critics? The stakes couldn't be higher as we dissect every word of this controversy. You won't believe what was said.
My thing about them making it to the finals is Stephanie White, ultimately, to me, is the deciding factor. Because we know that the pieces are there. Caitlin Clark is balling out. We got a lot of new players. Raven Johnson defense is off the Richter scale. I would have loved to see Lexi Hall play, but it is...
Whoa! From the jump, our host is not holding back. Stephanie White, the head coach, immediately labeled as the deciding factor. This isn't just pressure, it's a direct challenge. The pieces are there. Caitlin Clark is balling out. Raven Johnson's defense is off the Richter scale. The talent is undeniable. But here's the kicker. With all that raw potential, the spotlight swings squarely onto White. It's almost as if the host is saying, "We've given you the Ferrari, coach. What are you going to do with it?" This isn't just about winning games. It's about translating superstar talent into a championship dynasty. Anything less, and the finger points directly at the coaching. Is this fair? Or is it an unfair burden on a coach managing a rapidly evolving roster? This segment sets the stage for a dramatic narrative. Immense talent meets immense pressure, all resting on one coach's shoulders. The expectations are astronomical, and the analysis is unforgiving. So, if the Fever falter, who gets the weight of a franchise, particularly one with a generational talent like Caitlin Clark, is immense. Every decision, every play call, every substitution is scrutinized under a microscope amplified by millions of new eyes. The WNBA, fueled by the Clark effect, is experiencing unprecedented growth, and with that comes a new level of media intensity. Our host's assessment isn't just commentary, it's a statement of perceived accountability. He's placing the full burden of expectation directly on Stephanie White, almost as if preemptively absolving the players of any potential shortcomings. This isn't just about coaching prowess. It's about the psychology of a team and the external narratives that can either build or break confidence. What happens when a coach is publicly put in such an uncompromising position before the season even truly begins? The pressure is real, and the stakes for the Fever's future couldn't be higher. Is this the right way to motivate a team, or is it simply brutal honesty about the harsh realities of professional sports?
I would love to see what a full season of Caitlin Clark will look like in the WNBA, because we all have to remember, we have not seen Caitlin Clark play a full season since her rookie year. Yes, so we kind of got like a piece of Caitlin Clark last.
This is a critical point. The host is reminding everyone that we've barely seen a full, uninterrupted season of Caitlin Clark. After her rookie year, a piece of her season was abruptly ended. This isn't just a fun fact, it's a subtle but powerful caveat to all the sky-high expectations. If Clark herself hasn't had the chance to truly find her stride over a full WNBA campaign, how can we place all the blame, or all the championship hopes, squarely on Stephanie White's shoulders just yet? It implies a need for patience, for a full sample size, but is patience a luxury the Fever can afford with their current hype? The host's emphasis on a full season for Clark injects a dose of reality into the Fever's immediate outlook. It asks us to consider whether the team and their coach are being judged on an incomplete picture. This is a game changer. What does a full, healthy season for Caitlin Clark truly mean for Stephanie White's game plan? The narrative around Caitlin Clark is often one of immediate, unprecedented impact. Yet, as our host reminds us, her WNBA journey has already seen interruptions. This isn't just about injury recovery. It's about the time it takes for even the most extraordinary talents to fully adapt to the professional game's physicality, pace, and strategic demands over a sustained period. The idea of only getting a piece of Caitlin Clark last year profoundly impacts how we should assess the team's progress and, by extension, Stephanie White's coaching. It suggests that any 2026 game plan is still very much in an evolutionary stage, dependent on the full, unbridled emergence of its centerpiece. This context is vital in evaluating the brutal attack on White. Can a coach truly be held accountable for a game plan when the star player hasn't yet had a full run at peak form? Or is this just an excuse for perceived shortcomings? This subtle reminder from the host might actually be an unwitting defense for White, but it undeniably complicates the championship or bust narrative. How much more dynamic will the Fever offense become with a truly complete Caitlin Clark season?
I can't even lie, because there was a lot of things that happened throughout the playoffs that the Fever should have been eliminated a long time ago. But they, pulled through, hung in there, and made it as far as I thought they could make it. Now, with that being said...
And there it is. The phrase half finisher hits like a gut punch. This isn't a gentle critique. It's a full-on indictment of Stephanie White's coaching record. 3 to 4 years of making it to the semifinals, but can't get over the hump, that's a pattern, not an anomaly, according to our host. This isn't just about missed opportunities. It's about a perceived fundamental flaw in her ability to close out crucial series. In the cutthroat world of professional sports, getting close simply isn't good enough, especially with the talent pool the Fever now boasts. The sentiment here is raw and impatient. Fans and analysts alike are no longer satisfied with almost. They want titles, and they want them now. So, when the host says half finisher, he's questioning White's very coaching identity. Is this a fair assessment of her past, or a harsh prejudgment of her future with a new, dynamic roster? Can a coach truly change their stripes, or are some patterns destined to repeat? The hump analogy is a powerful one in sports. It signifies that invisible barrier between good and great, between contender and champion. For a coach, the inability to get over the hump can be a career-defining characteristic, often leading to a change at the top. The host's frustration is palpable, echoing a sentiment likely shared by many fans who have seen promising seasons fizzle out in the crucial stages. It's not just about winning individual games, it's about strategic consistency, mental fortitude, and the ability to make championship-level adjustments under immense pressure. The comparison to other coaches underscores the ruthless nature of the league. It implies that White's track record, despite reaching the semifinals, is simply insufficient given the current landscape. Is it possible that the previous rosters didn't have the tools to get over that hump, and now with Caitlin Clark, the expectation is simply higher? Or is the host implying a deeper coaching deficiency that even generational talent can't overcome? This sets up a critical examination. Is Stephanie White truly built for a championship run, or will history repeat itself, leaving the Fever short of their ultimate goal?
Hump. That is something that I would have to say and admit Stephanie White lacks. She gets far enough to damn near get there, but she can't host the trophy up in the air because she run out of gas with her coaching. But ultimately...
And here's the dagger Stephanie White lacks. She gets far enough to damn near get there, but she can't host the trophy up in the air because she run out of gas with her coaching. This is beyond criticism. It's an accusation of strategic exhaustion. Running out of gas suggests not just a lack of execution, but a fundamental deficiency in her long-term vision or in-game adjustments when it matters most. It implies a ceiling to her coaching capabilities that could ultimately limit the Fever's championship aspirations, even with a roster bursting with talent. This statement is incredibly damaging, questioning her stamina and strategic depth. It's a direct challenge to her competency at the highest level of the game, casting a long shadow over her ability to lead a team through the grueling playoffs to a title. Imagine hearing that as a coach. Does this motivate or demoralize? This is a brutal, no-holds-barred assessment that sets up the next critique perfectly. But is it fair to declare a coach runs out of gas before the new season even truly begins? The phrase runs out of gas conjures an image of a race car sputtering to a halt just before the finish line. In coaching terms, it implies a failure to innovate, to adapt, or to maintain intensity when the stakes are at their absolute peak. This isn't about effort. It's about strategic endurance and the ability to find new gears when the competition gets fiercer. The host is suggesting that White's coaching peaks early, but then falters under the sustained pressure of a deep playoff run. This critique extends beyond simple win-loss records. It delves into the very core of her strategic philosophy and leadership style. It suggests a vulnerability that opposing teams could exploit, a predictable point of failure. The implication is dire. If the coach can't sustain the push, then even the most talented roster will fall short. This kind of public scrutiny creates immense pressure not just on White, but on the entire Fever organization. Can they prove this assessment wrong, or is this running out of gas narrative destined to become a self-fulfilling prophecy? What would it take to overcome such a pointed public challenge?
All of the plays are designed for Kelsey Mitchell to get to her left side. What about Caitlin Clark facilitating the floor? We're not making plays for Kelsey Mitchell to make the bucket. We got to make a play for everybody to make it bucket and let Caitlin Clark decide who makes the bucket. Like, damn. Like, why is we still trying to do this experiment with Kelsey Mitchell like it's just going to be like the same thing's going to happen last year? You know, you're going to get there and damn near get there.
Here we go. The tactical breakdown morphs into a full-blown strategic assault. All of the plays are designed for Kelsey Mitchell to get to her left side. What about Caitlin Clark facilitating the floor? This isn't just an observation. It's a direct challenge to Stephanie White's offensive philosophy. The host is questioning the fundamental allocation of resources, implying a misapplication of talent when you have a generational facilitator like Caitlin Clark. Why box in your offense when you have the potential for dynamic, unpredictable play? The phrase, "Why is we still trying to do this experiment with Kelsey Mitchell?" is pure viral gold. It's dismissive, frustrated, and implies a stubborn adherence to an outdated or ineffective strategy. It suggests the coaching staff is stuck in a rut, unable or unwilling to fully unleash the potential of their new superstar. This isn't just about play calling, it's about vision. Are they truly building a system around their best players, or are they forcing square pegs into round holes? This brutal attack on the game plan is a pivotal moment in our analysis. Is Stephanie White truly making the most of her all-star roster, or is she jeopardizing their championship hopes with a rigid, predictable scheme? The critique couldn't be sharper, leaving fans to wonder, what is the 2026 game plan, and why is it so seemingly flawed? The host's criticism of the Kelsey Mitchell-centric offense isn't just about one player. It's about the entire offensive ecosystem. In an era where versatility and dynamic ball movement are paramount, a perceived over-reliance on a single predictable action is seen as a strategic handicap. Caitlin Clark's arrival promised to revolutionize the Fever's offense, unlocking new dimensions of creativity and scoring. To suggest that the plays are still rigidly designed for one player's specific move, rather than leveraging Clark's court vision and passing prowess, is to argue that the coaching staff is failing to adapt to their greatest asset. It questions their ability to evolve and maximize the talent at hand. The experiment line is particularly damning, painting the current strategy as a failed venture rather than a work in progress. This isn't just about X's and O's. It's about the philosophy of modern basketball and whether Stephanie White is aligned with it. This kind of direct public challenge to a coach's tactical approach is rare, and it raises a critical question for the Fever's future. Will they stick to their guns, or will this fierce criticism force a radical rethink of their entire offensive identity? What will happen if they don't pivot? The implications for the 2026 season are massive, and the clock is ticking. Now, let's pivot, because when the WNBA conversation gets heated, there's one voice that often brings a different perspective: the legendary Rowe. Known for her infectious enthusiasm and deep knowledge, Rowe is a pillar of sports broadcasting. She's been covering this league for years, witnessing its evolution firsthand. So, when she steps into the discussion, her words carry immense weight. After hearing such brutal assessments of Stephanie White and the Fever's strategic direction, what will Rowe's take be? Will she echo the frustration, or will she offer a more nuanced, perhaps even optimistic view that indirectly fires back at the earlier negativity? Her perspective is crucial for understanding the broader WNBA landscape, and critically, how she frames the Fever's trajectory. Get ready, because her insights might just reframe this entire debate. What wisdom will this veteran analyst bring to the table amidst the swirling controversy surrounding the Fever? Her response could...
I think it's historic. It is finally putting the value on women that we have believed they deserve for a long time. You know, Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner, had talked about this being a transformational CBA, and that was their goal from the beginning. And I really do believe they achieved that. She deserves a...
Right away, Rowe sets a vastly different tone. She begins by calling the new CBA historic and transformational. This isn't just a casual comment. It's a profound statement about the league's foundational shift. Her focus isn't on the immediate tactical struggles of one team, but on the monumental progress of the entire WNBA. She's highlighting the long-term vision, the fight for value and recognition, and the incredible work of Commissioner Kathy Engelbert and the Players Association. This immediately broadens the scope of the conversation, moving beyond the micro-level critiques of coaching strategy to the macro-level triumphs of the sport itself. It suggests a perspective that understands the bigger picture, a context often lost in the heat of immediate team analysis. By emphasizing this historic achievement, she's subtly reminding everyone that the league is in an unprecedented era of growth and opportunity. This isn't just about the Fever, it's about the WNBA's rise. Is she subtly laying the groundwork for a more forgiving view of teams still finding their footing in this new, rapidly evolving landscape? Her words are a stark contrast to the earlier negativity, setting the stage for what's to come. Holy Rowe's emphasis on the CBA as historic and transformational serves as a crucial reframing device. While the previous discussion fixated on Stephanie White's perceived failures and the Fever's immediate strategic missteps, Rowe elevates the conversation to the league's foundational strength and future potential. It's a powerful move, shifting the narrative from internal team struggles to external, systemic triumphs. This isn't just journalistic reporting, it's advocacy for the league itself, an acknowledgement of the collective effort that has brought women's basketball to this pivotal moment. Her praise for Engelbert and the Players Association highlights the collaborative spirit driving this growth, a stark contrast to the host's focus on individual coaching deficiencies. By establishing this context of monumental progress, Rowe creates a lens through which to view the WNBA's teams as part of a larger, evolving ecosystem rather than isolated entities riddled with immediate flaws. What does this broader, optimistic outlook mean for how she'll approach the Indiana Fever's immediate challenges? The stage is now set for her direct response to the Fever's critics.
In the finals the last couple of years, and her pick and roll with Paige Beckers, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a combination for people to watch all season long. The way Alana Smith and Paige work together and move together on the court, that is a storyline. So I think that Dallas has...
Before diving back into the Fever, Holly Rowe provides a masterclass in broader league analysis, shining a spotlight on Dallas. She's not just listing players, she's describing dynamic duos like Alana Smith and Paige Buchers in action. The way Alana Smith and Kate worked together and moved together on the court, that is a storyline. This level of detail and excitement showcases her deep immersion in the game and her ability to identify genuine on-court chemistry. She's giving us a glimpse into the future of other contenders, highlighting team improvements and strategic pairings that promise thrilling basketball. This isn't just about stats, it's about the narrative of the league, the burgeoning rivalries, and the exciting talent blossoming across different franchises. It establishes her as a comprehensive analyst, not just someone focused on one specific team's struggles. This broad perspective is key because it frames her eventual comments on the Fever as part of a larger, competitive, and evolving WNBA. She's showing us all the exciting narratives, making us question, where do the Fever fit into this dynamic picture? And what does her enthusiasm for other teams imply for the perceived woes of Indiana? Holy Rowe's deep dive into Dallas isn't just filler, it's strategic. By showcasing her expertise on other teams, identifying key storylines and player dynamics, she reinforces her credibility as a league-wide authority. She's demonstrating a holistic understanding of the WNBA's competitive landscape, which lends significant weight to her later comments on the Indiana Fever. It's a subtle but effective way to contrast her analytical approach with the host's more focused and at times critical lens on Stephanie White. She's painting a picture of a vibrant, multifaceted league where numerous teams are making significant strides. This broad perspective inherently softens the blow of any single team's perceived shortcomings, suggesting that growth and evolution are happening everywhere. It's a reminder that success isn't linear, and every team is on its own journey of improvement. By highlighting the exciting developments in Dallas, she's essentially asking us to consider the Fever not in isolation, but within this larger, exciting context of league-wide transformation. Will this broader, more optimistic view extend to the Fever, offering a lifeline to Stephanie White's beleaguered game plan? The stage is set for her to finally address the controversy head-on.
Free agency, I was worried. I was like, oh, somebody's going to throw the max at Jackie Young. Will she be tempted to leave? That they kept Asia and Chelsea Gray, who I think is the best guard in the game right now. and
Whoa,
Jackie
Holly
Young
Rowe.
intact. I think that they are primed to run it back and win another championship. So those would be the teams I would keep my eye on.
More insights from Holly Rowe, this time on the defending champions, the Las Vegas Aces, but that they kept Asia and Chelsea Gray, who I think is the best guard in the game right now, and Jack Leung intact. I think that they are primed to run it back and win another championship. Her analysis is sharp, pinpointing the continuity of core talent as the critical factor for sustained success. She praises the Aces for maintaining their formidable lineup, recognizing the difficulty and significance of retaining star power in a competitive free agency market. This comment serves a dual purpose. It acknowledges excellence at the top of the league, setting a high bar, but also subtly contrasts the Aces' established intact core with the Fever's still assembling young talent. It's an unspoken hint that sustained success often comes from continuity and experience, not just individual brilliance. Her is keeping their core. What does that mean for a team like the Fever still building theirs? This sets up her direct response to the Fever's championship expectations beautifully, allowing her to fire back with context and perspective. Is she about to dismantle the championship or bust narrative for Indiana? Holly Rowe's detailed breakdown of the Aces' continued dominance, rooted in their core retention, is a masterclass in contextual analysis. It's not just an appreciation of their talent, but an understanding of the strategic chess match happening behind the scenes in the WNBA. By highlighting the difficulty of keeping a championship core together, she implicitly offers a softer lens through which to view teams that are still in the building phase, like the Fever. This nuanced perspective subtly pushes back against the win now or fail mentality that often dominates sports discourse, especially with a superstar like Caitlin Clark. She's suggesting that championship-level success is a culmination of sustained effort, strategic stability, and player development over time, rather than an immediate outcome. This is a crucial point that directly challenges the host's earlier, more impatient criticisms of Stephanie White's half-finisher label and the supposed flaws in the 2026 game plan. Her analysis isn't just about who's winning, it's about how they're winning and the journey it takes. So, as she finally turns her attention to the Fever, will her perspective offer a much-needed antidote to the brutal on-air attacks Stephanie White just endured? Get ready, because her direct take on the Fever's immediate future is coming, and it's going to be explosive.